Good afternoon. My name is Bob Royal, R-O-Y-A-L-L. I am the Assistant Chief of Emergency Operations for the Harris County Fire Marshal's Office, and part of my command is the Harris County Hazmat Team. Shortly after 4 p.m. this afternoon, we were notified of a fire at 1015 Lakeside Drive near De Zavala at a company called K-Solv. That's K-S-O-L-V. We responded at the request of the Channelview Fire Department to assist them because it was an industrial incident. Firefighting operations have been ongoing. Included in the response is the Houston Fire Department, their hazmat team, who we've got a representative here behind me. In addition to that, Harris County Pollution Control, the Commissioner Garcia's office, a number of local fire departments, including the Channel Industry Mutual Aid Organization. As I said, firefighting operations are ongoing right now. There have been no reports of deaths or injuries as a result. There was a shelter in place issued early on after the incident started for a few neighborhoods north and northeast of here. And currently they're getting the fire under control. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Commissioner Garcia, who's got some remarks that he would like to share with you as well.
Thank you, Chief Royal. Adrian Garcia, County Commissioner of Precinct 2. First, let me just say that it is good news when you have a situation of this magnitude that there have been no reported injuries or loss of life, so we're extremely grateful for that. Secondly, I want to thank all of the first responders for their work. They always run to the things that most people run from, and so we're very grateful to the Harris County Fire Marshal's Office, Channelview Fire Department, and the Houston Police Department for their collaborative in making sure that all things stay under control to the extent that we can manage it, and ensure that people stay as safe as possible. As I don't want to repeat the details that Chief Royal just covered, other than to say that one of the things that we're very excited to have seen is that, as you recall, when we last had a major incident of this nature, the ITC fire, as it's often referred, the American Chemistry Council, ECMA, and Harris County, and in particularly Harris County Precinct 2, worked together to bring some solutions and some capacity to the community when events of this nature tend to happen, that we understand what the air quality is. The resources that those entities have provided Precinct 2 seem to be working. And we're excited about that because previously we would not have had as much information or any information to that extent. So we're grateful that that strategy, that collaboration is working well. My message to the Channelview community is that you have everyone here available working for your safety, for your well-being, and we're hopeful that we can get this fire under control sooner rather than later so that we can get back to business. But number one, no loss of life, no serious injuries that we know of that have been reported at this time. So we're very, very excited about that. And then lastly, we will be working to provide coordinated information so that there is one set of details and information going out to all of the public to minimize confusion or any misinformation. But I also want to thank the company, K-Solv, because they reached out to the Channelview Fire Department. Channelview Fire Department reached out to us for support, and then we worked with the Houston Fire Department to get the resources out here as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mikey Sopcak, M-I-K-I-E, last name Sopcak, S-O-P-C-Z-A-K. I'm the Director of Environmental Health, Safety, and Security for the K-Solv Group. Today, we had a drum transfer operation. That during the transfer operation, we had an ignition source. At that time, our employees activated our response plan, called for evacuation, and notified 911 immediately. The fire department was deployed. We rapidly had an intensification of a fire situation. resources were pulled in to mitigate that. At this time, all personnel are accounted for. We had one personnel transported to a medical facility for evaluation with just mild respiratory irritation. At this point, we're still gaining situational awareness. We have unlimited resources on site between Harris County Pollution Control, Harris County Hazmat, Channelview Fire Department, SEMA, in addition to various different private and public sector organizations for fire mitigation and environmental control. The KSOLV group has established some information on our website at ksolv.com. That is KSOLV.com. Please visit our website to gain additional information for any questions you may have. We will continue to deploy unlimited resources as necessary to mitigate any hazards that may be there. To what we understand at this point is the fire is nearing being extinguished. We also have foam on site to aid in that, in addition to provide any vapor suppression that may be necessary. Harris County Pollution Control has conducted air monitoring and has told us that at this point in time it appears the air monitoring has been at acceptable levels, thus the shelter in place and no evacuation was ordered. A private air monitoring company will be brought in and will be deployed to continue perimeter air monitoring around our facility 24/7 until the situation is resolved. That's all I have at this time.
Preliminarily, do you have any idea what started it?
So let me expand on what the KSOLV group is. The KSOLV group consists of KSOLV, Garner Environmental, OMI Emergency Services. We are predominantly an emergency response environmental company. And out this site, we contained a warehouse that had a lot of environmental protection items, such as oil spill containment pads, oil spill containment boom, various different chemicals that support the hydrocarbon and petrochemical industry that we have here. We provide some tank cleaning services for those organizations. So that's really who the KSOLV group is. And that's what basically has come to pass in this situation. So again, we're still gaining situational awareness at this point. Investigation will be ongoing, but we do know that basically what transpired was a drum transfer operation that had ignition. That's all we know at this point.
And the one person who was transported, we were told it was as a result of the explosion that you say characterized the injury as
The person that was transported was as a precautionary measure for medical evaluation, was conscious, coherent, no visible injuries, but as a precautionary measure to deal with the respiratory irritation.
What is a drum transfer? Can you explain that in common speak?
A drum transfer is a transfer of one product into a smaller container, a large container into a smaller container. A drum is a 55-gallon steel drum.
What exact chemicals do you think were burning out there?
At this point, we don't have the exact knowledge. Nobody has been able to physically go directly to where the source of the fire was. The investigation will give us that information.
How many employees were on site at the time of the fire?
The exact number was right at about 95 to 96.
And is there anything, I know you said air monitoring was out here. Is there any health concern for folks with any of those chemicals burning near their homes?
Again, so you're asking me what chemicals were burning, and I haven't told you what chemicals were burning because I don't know at this point. That's where we're at with the investigation. What I can tell you is that Harris County Pollution Control has told me they are on site, they are doing air monitoring, and they have indicated that the air monitoring they perform downwind in the neighborhood is at acceptable levels. Thank you.
Hi, Laurie Christensen, Harris County Fire Marshal. As Commissioner Garcia stated, please follow us at HCFMO on Twitter, on Facebook and Instagram, and we are going to keep this information updated. As well, our fire investigators are on scene and will be doing an investigation. It may take some time because of the heat. It'll be a while before they can get in there. As well, our inspection division is there. And again, our office will remain out here as long as needed to help ensure the situation stays under control. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate you coming out here.
And Laurie, should just
Yes,
people,
ma'am.
like people who are wondering when they're going to get back into their homes, kind of reiterate what we should tell them, what you want to tell them.
Yes, ma'am. So we talked about the shelter in place. When we go back there, we're going to talk to the Channelview Fire Department who called that shelter in place, and we're going to find out. Again, we have pollution control out here doing air monitoring, our hazmat team. As Commissioner talked about, we also have other air monitors out here. In addition, we're going to work with the company to ensure that their private company gets clear, and we'll make sure those get updated as the shelter in place can be uplifted.
Watch Twitter and Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. Please watch us. HCFMO and Precinct 2 retweets us. So if you're watching Precinct 2, and if they have a site, we'll ask that the company also retweets. But yes, ma'am, we will definitely keep that updated.
What is the status of the fire right now? Is it still a little bit burning? Or?
Just a little bit burning, and you're going to expect that. As with any fire, we're going to have a few hot spots. And as we start going in and moving things around, hot spots. But I will tell you, as they said, the fire is mitigated at this point to the low level, and now it's just going to be putting those things out, keeping that foam blanket on there. Again, thank you. We really appreciate it. Yes, sir.